founding in 1996, Valve has always sourced the talents of modding communities to make their games. This is one of the reasons why in 1998, when Half-Life was released, the Gold Source engine was modder-friendly. This will allow for a few little-known titles to be released, like Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat. In 2004, when Half-Life 2 was released on the Source engine, Valve expected a slew of new mods. Boy, they weren't wrong! I've brought up before a few mods like Night My House 2 and the Stanley Parable in my year-end countdowns, but this week I'm going to look into a mod that got recently remade for a Steam release. That mod is Dear Esther. Dear Esther opens up on a shoreline. You see a desolate building with a lighthouse as the narration begins.
And how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me.
The game tells a deep story about both the man and the island as you continue to transverse the mysterious landmass. The graphics are very detailed, especially coming from an 8-year-old engine like Source. It shows you don't need overpowering colossal engines to convey a message. Frostbite engine, I'm looking at you. The feel from the original mod is still here, albeit now with more detailed environments, especially during the cave scenes.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
The game really has no other movement besides walking, not even jumping. This of course will bring in the detractors who will dismiss this as even being a game, continuing using the same arguments. Yeah, where are the enemies? Yeah, you don't even have any weapons. Yeah, why does he talk like this? To those SOBs, I'll proceed to take their sideways baseball caps and shove them in their gob. Granted, Dear Esther isn't really a game. It's more of an experience. Merely being a game from the first-person perspective doesn't automatically mean the including of blood and bullets. This isn't an FPS. It's an FPN. A first-person narrative. And it seems to me that the Source engine is the only engine housing games like this. Another great example would be the Stanley Parable, another game I thoroughly recommend. While other engines are merely designed to give you a better experience shooting mindless drones, Dear Esther has used the Source engine to create something absolutely breathtaking. Dear Esther is the kind of game this industry needs more of. As a medium we have grown up to love grows older, we need to open up our minds and accept that not all games will house fast-paced action, if any action at all. Dismissing games that emphasize narration and story over gameplay will keep the medium in a quantum state between art and just being toys. That's not to say that gameplay isn't important, of course not, don't be stupid. But some experiences like Dear Esther just require you to sit back and let the experience fill your head. I thoroughly support the development of this game and I'm eager to see what new narrations the Chinese Room and other developers can come up with. I'm also reminded of their other Half-Life 2 mod, Korsakova, which, while a weapon was involved, was a brilliant narration in the mind of a man suffering from a neurological disease.
The paramedics were unable to find his eyes. We think he may have eaten them.
As of now, the original Dear Esther mod is still available at moddb.com, and the remake is available on Steam for $9.99. Well folks, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time.